So they'll be calling you a radical. I ain't never seen nothing like this. My guess there'll be snow on the Wasatch Peaks when this clears. So today at noon, I was right there, looked on my phone, 48 degrees. The day before I was standing right there, 52 degrees. The day before, the exact same time, 99 degrees. From 99 to 48. In August, I mean, I skied right there on the 4th of July in 2010. You know, of course, it was old snow. I mean, I've actually seen snow on these peaks in early July. Never in August. Never, 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 never. Holy cow, what a rainstorm. It's the first time it's rained in years here, really, of any substantial. But, so, I wanted to report this because the Mark Hoffman book dealer has died at 68, and it's important because I wanted to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. He's dead, 68. You know, I don't know if anybody who watched Murder Amongst Mormons, it's good. Napoleon Dynamite, filmmaker, made it. It's very good. I know all these guys. I know everybody in the film. And so, he was a gem, by the way. He passed away. He was great. I've met that guy. I've talked to that guy so many times. So right there is where Hoffman did all his work. A lot of his work. This is the one piece they didn't get into inside. I'm doing my work. I do my work in that Stewart Library. Edward Abbey did his work. The famous, the infamous. Melvin Dumar forged Howard Hughes' will right there. The great, incredible Edward Abbey did so much of his work in there. I go on and on and on and on. Kevin Blanch, his incredible historic work in there. Before I get to I want to talk this because Paul Blanch, two people have called me now. He's got an interview up getting involved at ONOFRE. Number one, a little late. Number two, I'm not related to the dude. He's talking about work that Kevin Blanch did 8 years ago. I'm the guy that got ONOFRE shut down. The dry cast spent fuel is in there. We are working hard on getting it moved. We are so far up the hill on getting it moved so I have a lot of whistleblowers in my army. I have a whistleblower down at WHIP. He's been sending me secretly, showing me all kinds of stuff that's going into WHIP quietly right now, secretly. So the dissertation that somehow this is a difficult task to move those canisters out, that's Kevin Blanch's work. I fought him and fought him and fought him and made sure that Donnie Young, Donnie Gilmore, Ace Hoffman, Gary Hedrick, Gene Stone, we battled them. We made sure that these canisters are the type of canisters and the type in the sleeve that can be immediately pulled right back up. And I was the first question up at the hearing when they had the fake scratch on. Kevin Blanch to the committee. Can these things be easily slid right up out of there, loaded on, and put into the permanent storage in Texas or WHIP or whatever? Yes, that's the plan. That's the canisters that we have. Now, you don't talk about Humboldt. There's canisters laying there off that reactor. You know, in the reactor, sir, in Sacramento. How come you're not talking about that one? What you should be having the discussion about is Diablo Canyon. Diablo Canyon, they're talking about tsunami and earthquake at ONOFRE could be scared. Come on, please. If you get a tsunami and earthquake, the least of your worries is ONOFRE right now. Oh, it's Diablo Canyon. You got 40 years of spent fuel sitting in those swimming pools. TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. That's what you should be talking about. That's what I'm working on. We're getting that moved. We got Letty working on it. We're getting it moved. God, it's cold. I'm shivering. You can actually see my breath. I mean, I'm waiting for it to snow here any second. It's 50 degrees here right now. Oh my God. This is freaky. Freaky. So the reason I wanted to shoot this and get this done right here, it's important. In the rain. God, I've never seen people so happy. You should see people dancing in it. People are that happy here. It has not rained in years here. Literally. People are starting to panic about we're not going to have anything to drink. I mean, it's been so nasty hot. The reason I want to talk about this, he has passed away, and that beautiful documentary, and this is important, because it's been said and it's been Googled all over, Fawn McKay Brody. Fawn McKay Brody. Oh, Mark Hoffman read her book on All Men Know My History, No Man Knows My History, No Man Knows My Path. All Men Know My History. And that's not even Fawn's best book, and it's a masterpiece. Fawn's best book is Jefferson's biography. It's a masterpiece. So the young professor, the first female dean of history in the history of the United States, she's ours. She's a Weber State as it gets. She's one of the most iconic figures in American history. So it's been said, oh, Hoffman read her book on his mission. That documentary is so well done, and it goes into so many, it absolutely debunks all that. It shows that Hoffman was a master forger from the time he was a little boy. By the way, the best forger probably in the history of this country. He was that good. And how about when he passed the poly test, the lie detector? Oh, flying colors. Unbelievable. So, the Mormon Church has come out, and everything they excommunicated Fawn for, they've retracted all that and says we agree with everything she said. She called Joseph Smith improvisational genius. She was an historian. Just the greatest research PhD ever. So, I want a statue of her right here. I don't want to walk out in the rain and get my camera held there. Right in front of the library. Until we get a statue of her in front of the library, until we get Watt, the first player of color in the history of the NBA. Oh, he's Japanese, born and raised in Ogden, number retired inside the Duyant Center. Mr. Lillard. By the way, Lillard was one great player on this campus when he played here. His alumni tournament tomorrow, anybody wants to go. And the grandkids are going to go. It'll be fun. Didn't have it last year. I did the play-by-play 2 years ago. Until I see number 25 in the Stewart's football stadium, they're scrimmaging tomorrow too. Trevon Smith's all-time leading rusher beat to death. Beat to death. We just had this conversation, me and another professor. I said, let's get real. The murder by cop, innocent freaking capital of the world is Utah. That's how the whole anti-police brutality, which was the Million Mass March, was started by Kevin Blanch in the Stewart Library. Go ask John Anthony for his go interview. He and I started it together. That's where I started it. Right there. That's where it was started. We don't have 7 million people. Say her name. Say her name, Danielle Willard. Say his name, Matthew Stewart. Say his name, Trevon Smith. Till I see number 25 in the top of that stadium. He was on the camp same time as Mr. Lillard. For every one Damian Lillard, there's hundreds of Trevon Smiths. Good white boy from Utah. Running back, all-time leading rusher. For Mormon boy. 4 kids. He had a heart attack and a stroke a few years after he played. Become distraught. Messed him all up. Where was the NCAA then? Where was the NCAA then? Where was Weber State then? I told Jay Hill here recently, I says, football team, I says, used to be this incredible integrity university. The only thing corrupt on it was the football team, and it was the most losing, corrupt football program in the country. Now, that and the nursing school are the only things that aren't corrupt. You know, so it's important because he passed away, 68 today. He's all over in that documentary. That documentary debunks that whole total lie, which was all a lie. Mark Hoffman did a lot of his work in there. They didn't go out. Now, is it true that he did find some? He found a lot. He had key to special collections. Special collections, clown circus still is, always has been here. He had a key to special collections here and at Utah State. Did he steal stuff out of here, find real stuff? No doubt in my mind. And he supposedly sold to President Hinckley. I used to do all President Hinckley's work. His plaster work. I own Blanche Plaster. You know, his automotive, Hinckley on 28th in Washington, which they tore down. I really like that dude, by the way. God, it was cold. I can't believe how cold it is. It's going to snow. It's going to snow. He supposedly sold them secretly to Hinckley that he found in here. Now that's a whole other debate. But until I see a statue of Fawn McKay Brody in front of the famous Stewart Library, you're going to deal with Kevin Lynch at this university. I literally grew up here. It's like I got in an argument with an asshole here recent up there, and I said, listen, I was here before you got here. I'll be here when you leave. So, reinstate Fawn. This is a female professor. She graduated at Weber State at what, 16, 17? She went to Weber High like me. Got blackballed in her English department, right? But she had a who's who writer. Huh. Blackballed on the university. Where's the statue of her? Huh. She's ours. She belongs here. She belongs here. Stand tuned. Oh my God, I can't believe this weather. Cloud Seeding worked. Oh boy. Holy cow. Run for it. So, when I was a little boy this time of year, a tornado hit my house. Right here in Utah. 30 years later is that one. That was 68 in August 20th. 30 years later, the one that hit down the, what is that drum called? The Vivet? The Delta Center? Killed the guy. September dawn. August dawn. Huh. Stand tuned.